Our next inductee was the founder of First Baptist School in 1949, pastor of First Baptist Church from 1940 to 1964, founding president of Charleston Southern University, and president from 1964 to 1983. The John A. Hamrick Activities Building is named for him and was founded in 1973. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. John A. Hamrick.
You wouldn't guess I was 104, would you? Granddad would have turned 104 January, so it's a neat year. Thank you so much for all being here. Thank you, Graham and committee. I'm Dana Marchant. I'm his granddaughter, youngest granddaughter, and I am so honored to accept this on his behalf. It's really special because he's got two great-granddaughters that have graduated from First Baptist, and his great-grandson is a junior here right now. So God willing, next year that will happen as well. As Graham mentioned, we know him as Patmos First Baptist. He founded the school, went on to Charleston Southern, which was Baptist College at the time. When he was the pastor, they had these great newly constructed buildings, and he wanted to use them more than 2 days a week. So he's like, let's start a school, Christian education in Charleston, let's do it. So after much prayer and planning, that happened in 1949 with the first graduating class in 1960, which my mom was in, which was real special as well. There were no real formal sports before that time, but when they acquired in 1960 the 48 Meeting Street building that we know the offices are in now, they had a parking lot, so they were able to build a basketball court. So that started intramural basketball, and they also had cheerleading and tennis. So, and that led the way to the men's varsity basketball team starting several years later. Which we know for a very long time, as Diane said, basketball was the mainstay of First Baptist sports. And although Dr. John, he did not coach a team or sport at First Baptist either, but he definitely knew their value, as I know he valued his teachers as well. He once stated, "I admire teachers very much and feel they are the secret of any successful school. When we were starting the college, I went on a search for teachers who really taught and had good character." He wanted people who would have a good influence on students. That was his big effort. I'm sure this philosophy was applied as well with all the coaches that he had the pleasure of hiring and working with. He was a true example of a servant leader. He was known to be one of the first ones to help jump in and help with any need, like driving the school bus, manning a tractor when the properties were being developed, taking over the kitchen to serve hot lunches to the children when they needed to. And there's a great candid photo in the 1962 yearbook, which has the caption, he's looking up, he's very surprised, and it's like, Dr. John working anywhere, anytime, at anything. This time, it's curtains. So he was definitely one that would do anything for anyone. He's also a supremely good motivator for others to do one's duty with all of one's ability. It says in the history of the church that he had the capacity to see the maximum happening in and through any person or any situation, however limited or unpromising that situation was, and that he could convince an individual to undertake the most seemingly impossible task. I've heard on more than one occasion that if you went to Dr. John's office saying you had too much on your plate, you just needed a lighter load, that you'd always come out with an additional task that you would be devoted to after that. So you got to be careful what you talk about Dr. John with him about. But in all of this, I know he would be amazed and humbled at what's happened with First Baptist. Sports and otherwise. He fully supported the expansion of the school to further God's purpose in the community. He would never want it to be about him, but rather, as was written about him and is in our scripture, in all of this let no human glory, save in the one to whom the glory rightfully belongs. For whatever has been accomplished has been done so only by the grace of God through complete faith in and dependence upon him. I will leave you with his own personal testimony, which I think applies on or off the field or the court or the water if you're sailing. Whether you're coaching, playing, encouraging, or facilitating those that do. This was his testimony. Every one of us give a testimony for our Lord by the way we live, the way we treat people, the language we use, and the attitude we express. We give this testimony whether we intend to or not. Our early morning prayer should be, "O God, reveal yourself through me today." This will enable our lives to reach the highest meaning